Hey y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Old School versus New School. What's going on, Alex?
We are here again
Oh,
for another adventure. You
I
like that?
see. I, I plead the fifth.
Did I stay on key?
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth commandment?
Not the commandment, amendment.
Yeah, but I need Jesus.
You do. You definitely do. Hey, Room Shaker. Yeah, you definitely need Jesus. But what's going on with you? How's your day? How's your week beginning?
Well, the week, Mondays always, begin busy. I've been planning my moves for the week. Sunday night into Monday. So Monday is really hectic as far as what I'm doing with money and plans and so forth and that kind of thing. So Monday kind of sets the tone for my week. So sometimes it could be a little hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
I do what I want to do. So,
Yeah, miss no sleep.
yeah, that part.
Hmm. Yeah,
I'm
you stay
always
busy.
working though. Yeah. So I get to chill when I want to chill, but I'm always into something.
Yeah, always in the sun, but you're always into the right thing. So that's the good thing.
I will say always, but I try. I try.
You gonna plead the fifth again?
No, y'all know I'm pretty much transparent. Like I try to stay into mostly the right things, but I'm a human. I get a little,
Right,
and I'm grown too.
right.
So
Yeah,
who knows what I
yeah,
might be doing.
yeah. There's no telling. We all get a little crazy from time to time. We all just human, you know.
Well, we got a nice little interesting little thing going on. I heard about this, but I did not see the interview. So we gonna recap it with you guys.
Yeah, Lisa Ray versus Trick Daddy. Who you got?
I don't know. I gotta see what they talking about. Yeah, I ain't gonna claim nobody blindly.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like
let's hear it.
I don't know um what their exact like dialogue was and stuff like that.
But I'm making my grave about
But
20 niggas that's in the
hold on.
federal.
The video keeps starting. Um I heard that it stirred up a lot of controversy, so
It's kind of it's kind of a part two in a way, not really, but in a way, kind of a part two to the Ebony K. Williams bus driver thing with Ayanna Van Zant. Kind of a
oh
continuation of
Lord.
that because of what Lisa Ray said. And so that's what kind of sparked everything. And so when you hear it, you know what I'm talking about.
But if I'm not mistaken, this is an old episode.
It doesn't matter. The thinking is the same. And that's the point of the video. The thinking of a lot of women
No,
is
that's my
this.
question. So like
Mm.
did people go back and dig this up because of this? Because everybody was talking about that conversation with Ayala that we had on the show. So did
Right.
this spark the conversation again and they went back or
That's quite possible because I had never seen this until several days ago. I had never seen this. I know they was doing a show together. I never watched it. Apparently, it's a cooking show or something. But
well, it's Trick Daddy show. He has all types of entertainers, performers. He has all type of people on his show.
right, right. But I think it did because I gave Ebony K. Williams credit that she sparked, whether she did it on purpose or not. She sparked a much needed conversation, and I really don't like the women against men, particularly the black women against black men. I don't like that thing, and we really need to heal that. But the only way to heal it is to confront it with some harsh truths and deal with it. And we all got to be able to accept those harsh truths.
Speaking of harsh truths, first I'm going to hit you guys with the copyright because we are playing this video under the Copyright Act of 1976. And we will definitely be criticizing and we definitely will be commenting. And we gave all of you guys a scholarship to the old school versus new school class. Also, the disclaimer is everyone is responsible and liable for themselves only. This show is suitable for ages 21 and up, which means in plain English on this show, we will be speaking our truths in whatever verbiage we see fit. Okay? So you might get a little cussing, you might get a little, I don't know. Y'all know Alex is crazy. But everybody's opinions are their own, and everybody is only responsible for themselves.
There you go. That part.
So,
and this is 1976. You were still in Nut City. My goodness.
Oh, wow. See what I'm saying? But we will be pausing the video from time to time to interject our commentary and to interact with the chat. So here we go, guys.
In the state penitentiary that I'm trying to release, if y'all help me get them out, then we'll go fight for this country. Other than that, you on your own. Shit, we already at war out here in the streets. Speaking of war and speaking in the streets, something I told y'all before that y'all probably don't remember. Something that a lot of people who think they gangster in the street, think they got all the smarts in the world, don't even know. Some of you rich folks didn't even realize that whenever I crush her, which one you say, when I see her, I got I hope you crush.
A lot.
But I'm making my gravy, what they call it in the hood, the 40 weight. I'm making this gravy from scratch. I'm really gonna do it real good because my next guest is somebody who is really from the hood, but somebody who I want to impress with this gravy, you know? I really want to impress her with this gravy. So while I'm getting this 40 weight together, what I need y'all to do is hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, bitch, I got my pots. And I want you to just take me down memory lane, take yourself down memory lane, and ask yourself, out of all the black actresses that ever appeared on TV, which one did you have a crush on? I want to know which one you had a crush on.
Which one you had a crush on, Alex? And shout out to I Got My Pots. Make sure y'all definitely do go subscribe to Trick Daddy. So who you had a crush on, Alex?
Man, I go way back. I mean, I'm a lot older than you. I had a crush on Diane Carroll. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? So that's going back. You know what I'm saying? So I had a crush on Halle Berry. At one point, I had a crush on Jada Pinkett when she first came out. I had a lot of crushes, man.
All right, let's jump back into this thing because he done really took us down memory lane, just as Trick Daddy said. So let's go and see what else he gonna have to say.
Which one you say, when I see her, I got to have her? That's what I want to know. Now I want to introduce y'all to my next guest. Give it up for the very talented and beautiful Miss Lisa Ray. And her name is not fucking Lisa. Her name is Lisa Ray. What's up, baby?
Happening?
What's going on? Who? How many niggas you think gonna say you was they first crush?
A lot, especially a lot of jail niggas.
A lot of niggas in jail.
Yeah. You know, I've been a pinup girl for a minute now, you know?
And
I know that.
Oh.
So that feels good, you know what I mean?
I wasn't gonna tell you that, but from what I've heard from my homeboys, you average 2 out of 3 sales in chain game with the calendar spread you did that time.
Oh yeah, because I used to be one of the first actresses that really made a stance with doing calendars year after year. I used to sell them out to the club, like Master P out the trunk. I used to do that. Make a lot of money.
That's what's up. Now look, a lot of people don't know that you are really down to earth. You're a down to earth person. And a lot of people take your kindness for your weakness. And I've heard you On medium Cajun.
You think she down to earth?
I think she still got those hood elements in her. You know, I mean, he said it himself. You know, but you know, down to earth. That's hard to say. I don't know her personally. You know, so but I still think she got a lot of those hood elements, but she's trying to keep it real. You see, she using the N-word. She, you know, she hanging out with Trick Daddy. You know, so in that regard, you probably can say yeah.
So using the N-word mean you down to earth?
I mean, you know, I guess not, but I guess I'm trying to say she's still with the slangs and the verbiage that people use in the street, being down to earth in that way. It what's considered to be in our culture, in our community, you know.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Have to check a few motherfuckers. First of all, you have to let the people know what is your zodiac sign. That may be explain that may be explain when you have to check you a motherfucker.
I'm a Libra.
Libra gang in this bitch.
My daughter's a Libra.
Yeah.
Don't get the Libras fucked up.
Shout out to my boy Brian McKinney.
Shout out to Brian McKinney. He also a Libra.
Yep.
Actually, the Libra gang is we tied in.
Well, we try to balance because we're the scales. You know,
well, you know, Jeezy is a Libra.
Oh, yeah.
T.I. Libra. Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Scottie Pippen.
I know Scottie very well.
Nick Cannon is a Libra.
Okay. All the people that I get along with very well.
We suited up. So all you Virgos, you Sagittarius, you Leos, y'all run that shit. Run that shit.
Hey, why NFL?
I don't know though, you know what I mean? Virgos is kind of like us a little bit, you know, especially if they're born on the cusp. Like that 21st, 22nd, 23rd, right up in there.
Almost made it.
Right, almost made it, but
if their mama water wouldn't have broke.
What's your sign, Alex?
I'm a Pisces. Yep. Pisces.
I don't know any men that are Pisces.
Pisces the fish.
Okay. I don't know nothing about y'all. Well, y'all must be crazy, cuz.
And you know what? I'm gonna give Trick Daddy his props right now because he making gravy from scratch, and that's a lost art form. A lot of people don't make gravy from scratch no more. They just buy it in the jar. But gravy from gravy from scratch is a lost art form.
What's going on, gorgeous? And welcome everybody in the chat. We are getting ready to get into this Lisa Ray and Trick Daddy conversation, y'all, that everybody's been talking about, but I haven't seen it yet. So we're just recapping and we gonna pop our shit and we want to hear what you guys have to say. But gravy in a jar is a no for me.
Okay. Okay.
Rent and light bill, my gas and the nigga. What the nigga name was follow her home for Players Club?
Who was that? That was so long ago. Come on, I know y'all Players Club. Come on,
nigga talking about he was making sure you all right.
What's
pervert ass nigga.
I can't even think of it. That's
Antoine. We gonna call him
Antoine.
That nigga name Antoine. That nigga name is Antoine.
Come on, you gotta Google.
I forgot what his name was.
Somebody need to Google this nigga. This nigga followed you home. This nigga was buying you shit. This nigga thought y'all went together.
Yeah, and that's how it happens sometimes.
It happens
Even
like that
now.
a lot. I frequent strip clubs.
You do.
I
You
love
don't say.
I love them, right? And I caught a nigga 2 weeks ago telling the girl, "What you doing working here?" I went to that nigga went to the bathroom. I said, "Let me explain something to you, boy. If you fuck up my hangout, if that girl fuck around and quit and she the finest one in here, niggas, you crazy, nigga. If you have a problem with her being here, you need to stay out of here. But don't be trying to talk a bitch down off the pole."
Wait, what people don't know is that I've had your cooking before when I left the strip club at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
and you cooked breakfast for me. So I know you can throw down breakfast. So I'm excited to have this.
Oh, this actually, what I did was,
She swiveled right out of that conversation.
we try to make the show not longer than an hour. So I wanted something that I can cook and it could cool off and we could eat and pray over it. So we can see your facial reactions off of it. So I would have did like some oxtail.
Well, you say you want to do that tonight. I got tomorrow.
You got tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna make you some. I'll make some oxtail, some red beans and rice.
Ooh, I just like to lick my fingers.
I'm gonna watch you lick your fingers. I'm gonna make sure you lick your fingers. I'm gonna make sure you have something to lick. Either way it go. How about that?
I don't know how that sounds.
Conversation taking a turn.
Okay, so I just was gonna say a lot of people were saying that they was flirting. You think they was flirting?
They just having fun. They just having fun. And we don't know.
You said she was getting up into age. Well, I ain't gonna say what you said. Yeah, we gonna let
right.
you say it.
But you know, we don't know what the relationship is between her and Trick Daddy. They're very familiar with each other. Apparently, he's cooked for her before and so forth. So we don't know if there's a romantic connection or not. We know Trick Daddy crazy as hell.
Why you gotta be crazy?
Trick Daddy, wow, man. You know Trick Daddy. I like Trick. I'm not being insulting. I'm just saying
because this seems like the pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, I know, right? We one and the same, right?
Yeah.
that's probably why I like him.
Probably, yes. Y'all kin folk around here. All right, let's see what else they gonna say. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation.
Always gonna sound bad.
Okay.
You know
that's a sound bite.
Yeah.
I'll always give you something to lick. God.
So what do you got going? What's your latest project? What you got going on? What you working on?
Oh my God, I have really been working a lot. Incredible. I have 2 shows on. One on AMC, all black, called A House Divided. It's Emmy nominated. I have a show that's on BET called Family Business. Mm-hmm. I just did a movie, a Lifetime movie for TD Jakes for the 7 Deadly Sins, and mine was called Greed. That was a total different character for me. I love playing that character. She was so menacing and so much different than I am. I have my talk show on Fox.
I've watched it.
Cocktails of Queens.
I watched it. Y'all need me on that show.
Well then, come on.
Y'all need me on that show. I need to be a guest.
You had me on yours, I'll have to have you on mine.
I need to be a guest on your show, and I want y'all to ask me the questions that y'all want to ask your nigga. Something that you want to roll over in bed and ask your nigga, I want you to ask me, and I'm going to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Because women believe that all men do is lie, cheat, and wash their dicks off in other women's bathroom sinks.
Some women believe that.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you believe if your man is paying your bills, doing everything he's supposed to do, pleasing you sexually, mentally,
I'm happy.
physically, if you found out that he was on the phone with another female or having a conversation with another female, it's a 2-part question. Is that cheating? And if so, can he get a pass?
Well, what kind of conversation are you talking about? Because I do believe that it's healthy for men to have female friends as well.
Right.
I'm not insecure like that. I don't want to make him feel like I'm just jealous where I don't trust the fact that he can have a female friend. That's not real, because I get along with men better than women, because women make me want to, let
and
my
I
hands
noticed
on
that
them,
about you, because
a
lot of women these days do things to please other women. They don't know how to please the man.
I'm not doing any of that to please anybody.
All right, so do you feel like that's cheating, Alex? I know what you're gonna say.
To me, it can be considered emotional cheating, depending on what the conversation is or what the text say or whatever. But I'm more in the physical cheating. If you physically do something behind my back, to me, that's more cheating than anything else.
So you don't really feel like it's an emotional type of cheating situation?
What they're talking about now?
No, like you said, you really only consider physical cheating, right?
Yeah. I mean, emotional shit, that leads to it. I mean, you having conversations and text, whatever, that leads to eventually becoming physical. So at some point you have to cut that communication. But to me, it's not really, really cheating until they swapping body fluids.
Okay, so do you think that men who feel like they female should not have male friends, do you think they insecure or controlling? Because I feel that you need to have friends of both sexes, whoever you are.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's only 2 genders on the planet. So we have to have friends on both sides. I'm not getting into that. We'll deal with that later. Okay. We got 2 genders on the planet. Okay. male, female. So we all have to intermingle and get to know each other. It doesn't matter if you're married in a relationship. You still have to have healthy relationships of the opposite sex. Don't mean you're cheating. Don't mean you're chasing anybody. But it's still good to have them relationships. It could be business. It could be in your church. It could be whatever. You still need those relationships to keep that balance. Everything is about balance.
I also think that guys who feel like they girlfriends shouldn't have no male friends, that they really the insecure ones.
Well, don't do nothing, behind my back that you wouldn't do while I'm sitting there. So if you're texting him while I'm sitting there, then that's fine. But don't go in the bathroom and act like you on the toilet and start texting the dude, because then I'm gonna suspect something is off. You know what I mean?
All right, let's jump back into it.
I mean, family is number one, but you got to be number one here. If I'm not okay with it and I don't feel comfortable, then it ain't happening. Period.
What about a pass? What about a pass? Let's say you knew something he done.
Like what? Because you got to be specific.
Okay, so remember this. I feel like this. I feel like a woman and a man should not be together or stay together if the woman ain't being the woman. Okay. Because a man could be a man, or you really a woman, is what am I saying? But I think the man's supposed to pay the bulk of the bills, take the bulk of the responsibility, and the women is supposed to make sure that man is happy, able to go out there and get that money and come home and take care of his family. Well, you threw me off
when you said the bulk of the bills.
I mean, like the mortgage, the shit you pay.
Okay, before we go too far,
because you're about to get it.
Yeah, before we go too far though, and we see what she say, I want to know from the people in the comments, both men and women, do you think that the man should pay the bulk of the bills? Do you feel that the man should pay all of the bills? Do you think that the relationship should go 50-50 on the bills? I want to know what y'all think in the comments first before we see what she says. Now, what do you think, Alex?
Well, I'm curious what the chat's going to say, but we know traditionally, historically, the man has carried that responsibility. Now, of course, we know in recent years, women making a lot more money and they're taking care of themselves and so forth, so they could carry their own weight as well as, take care of a household or whatever. So,
but I know a lot of women out here that's making great money and they still feel that the men should pay our bills. So,
and the thing is, women, no matter how much money they making, okay, no matter how much they out there grinding, they rather not be doing all that grinding for the most part. They really rather just, let a man do all that, because we're kind of more built for it. Now, a lot of women are doing it, have done it well, but they're not really built for it like men are built for it. To go out there and grind every day and fight this world and do this and do that and, come home exhausted and things like that. So traditionally, the woman's role was to make sure that the house was good. When a man came home, he was at peace. He had a nice meal prepared. The kids did their homework. They were washed up in bed, and the house was good. That was her job, to maintain and take care of the household. My issue is a lot of women today, they just want materialism. They're not concerned with if the man is happy, if the kids are well taken care of, if the house is well taken care of. All they care about is getting that bag. And what are they willing to give up for it? That's what I take issue with.
All right, ain't nobody really saying in the chat, so I guess all the women and all the men are paying all the bills. So let's get back into what Lisa Ray is going to say.
You paying the bills is what I'm saying.
Well, you gotta get something, Lisa Ray. You gotta get the light bill.
Giving them ass. What do you mean?
The water, but he giving you dick.
Right, but that's supposed to be. Let's take it back biblically. Biblically, the man is supposed to be the provider and the king of the household. Now, the woman is supposed to be the mother of the household. She takes care of the house. Now, we new millennial women, so that's a bonus that we get.
Okay,
that.
so I'm
you
gonna
got to
tell
be
you what-
evenly yoked. The
I'ma
hustle
tell-
got to match the
I'm
hustle.
gonna tell you what get off throw when it get thrown
You
off
pay the
at.
mortgage. You can't ask me to pay the light bill because I pay the mortgage.
I'm gonna tell you what
If
get
you a
thrown
boss,
off
you
at. I'm gonna
really
tell you what
supposed to
get
be
thrown
doing
off
the damn
at.
thing. That's what I
When
say.
you're sick of me, you gonna
I
tell
should
me to
not
get
be
out.
sick of you because you're supposed to be doing
I
everything that you're
understand
supposed to be
that.
doing.
So
which
let's
is
go
gonna
back.
make me do what I need
Let's
to
go
be
back
doing,
to the Bible.
which
Let's go
should
back
be a
right after the
pleasure.
Bible. Let's go back right after the
I think we
Bible.
need to go to commercial because
Okay. So I agree with what she's saying though. Like
Mhm.
it go both ways. If the man was doing what he was supposed to do, the woman would want to do what she's supposed to do. Just as if the woman was doing what she was supposed to do, the man would do what he's supposed to do. But it's always somebody that ain't doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's that old bullshit, and I think in this case, I think Lisa Ray done bumped her fucking head. You know,
What?
yeah, I think she done bumped her fucking head.
On what part?
And this why, and I'm gonna say this, okay? Women will follow men that are natural leaders. They want a man to lead. No matter what they
Correct.
say about, I'm independent, I got my own. If they really had a true dude to lead them, they will follow him.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And feel protected and feel nurtured and secure in that relationship with that man and have his back. Okay.
And I'm gonna pause you
But-
right there before you get to finish your sentence.
Okay.
Because a man would listen to a woman if she had her shit together and she was speaking things that made sense as well.
That's right. But don't tell me I have to do all that in exchange because you giving me ass. That statement alone tells me you don't bump your fucking head. Because a dude that can provide all of that can get ass from any place. And
Well,
you don't have to
love
come
should
home
be
and
the reason that you're doing it.
he ain't gotta come home and get no ass if he wanted to.
Love
should
should
not-
be the reason.
TheeEnicole, that should not be the sole reason for her expecting her man to provide
No,
and protect her.
sex, no. But love and your connection should be the reason why you do all of that. The sex
She
is
said
supposed to be
ass.
the
You heard what
cherry.
she said.
I heard what she said. I'm not agreeing with what she said. I'm saying that the connection that you have with a person and the love and respect you have for the person is what makes the relationship. The sex is just the cherry on top.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you this, okay? If a man and woman's body is really in tune sexually, right? They say because sometimes it's hard to find that chemistry with each other, right? Sexually. Sometimes we just get on, do what we gotta do, get off. But when you really find a true chemistry with a woman, right? You funny.
Tell them yourself.
Hey, listen. When you find a true chemistry, right? And a lot of women, they can have like multiples on top of multiples. So they sitting there in one session, they busy, back to back to back, right? Now, men, we only gonna get one nut. That's what we gonna get during one session. Okay. Some women get as many as 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. So it's like, I gotta pay you for this. You should be paying me. If we're talking about giving ass or giving dick, okay, you get more pleasure than I'm getting.
Where's my disc going?
You owe me. So you know what that means? If a woman is having 10 orgasms, if I give her 10 orgasms and I bust one nut, right? Now you owe me 10 nuts.
Oh,
If the next 10 times we have sex, you didn't get off, you owe me. If we're gonna look at it, if we're gonna see it the way Lisa Ray sees it,
that is not what she said.
she said ass. She said, I'm giving him ass. She didn't say I'm giving him a safe, secure household, a nurturing household. She didn't say none of that.
She definitely didn't. She definitely didn't. Let's keep going and see what else she gonna say. Is she gonna save herself or is she just gonna leave it like that? Let's see what's gonna happen.
Okay.
She not giving me much to work with.
Okay.
I think I need to get you together.
No. Let's go back right after the Bible. Right after the Bible.
Okay.
Did your daddy pay for your wedding?
No.
See, that's where I fucked up at right there.
My father was not living. That's why.
Okay, so.
But it would have still been $1 million wedding. Believe that. Okay.
Now, here's the thing. the father is supposed to give their daughters away
Okay.
to the man, and the man is supposed to at that point take
on
care.
all the responsibility.
Okay.
And my father
Now, when we
was
do,
a king, and I was a princess. Right now, I'm a queen, so you got to come with it.
Okay, so now,
You don't
for
be
me
stuck.
for me to be paying all the bills, let's say I'm paying all the bills.
That just let me know that you weren't used to it, but okay.
Let's say I'm paying all the bills. No, that's the problem. I've paid all the bills for.
Okay, I want to pause it right quick because I do feel like people be using the wrong analogies when they be trying to explain stuff. And she said, take it all the way back to Bible days, when our actuality in the Bible days, you didn't just get the woman. You got cows and gold and land and all type of stuff when you married a woman.
And you also got concubines. We talking about kings and stuff in the Bible. You had as many wives as you can afford. So there was no one wife. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna go back biblically, and Trick Daddy asked her, do he get a hall pass or whatever? Biblically, he would get many hall passes for many different women.
Well,
so
it really wouldn't be no hall pass because the nigga lived in the hallway. Like, I mean, let's just be real. That's another show. I have talked about that. We should bring it back up, but the monogamy thing is an American culture.
It's westernized. Yep, that's a westernized thing. Because people still in other countries still have concubines, still have as many wives as they can afford, still have that culture. So this is a westernized thing. And you know what? The experiment has failed. Because
what experiment?
The experiment of monogamy.
Oh, okay.
It's a failed experiment. Because most people, not all, but most marriages fail due to two things. Infidelity and money is the reason most marriages fail. And the other thing is women file and go through with over 70% of divorces. Over 70% are women. That's a lot. Because you have to consider that women are typically the ones who want to be married and want the family. So 70% of divorces are initiated by women. That's a high number. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know the answer to your question, but I think that they did the whole monogamy thing because the others, the Envelopians, they was jealous because they saw all of these brothers with beautiful 6, 7, 8, 9 wives, and they couldn't keep up.
And you cutting deep, ain't you? You gonna cut that deep?
That's what I really think.
Mm. You may rub. Listen, you may rub some people the wrong way now with that statement.
I don't care.
Right? I know you don't care.
I'm speaking in truth because they end up doing it anyway. You get married and then you cheating on her with 3, 4, 5 people. So why did you make this against the laws over here if that's what you're gonna do anyway? Because now you can't just do it and be okay with it. You got to sneak around. People dying behind it. You know what I mean? Like, y'all put a standard on yourself that y'all couldn't even withhold yourself.
Yeah, a lot of it is a money thing, though. And we always talk about, capitalism and things like that. A lot of people, they always figure my first marriage is going to be my only marriage. Everybody thinks that, but it's hardly ever true, right? So you spend all this money on a lavish wedding because the woman got to be a star for a day. The marriage don't start till the wedding's over, okay? So we spend all this money on a lavish wedding. I've known people still paying for their wedding after they were divorced. That's how crazy it is, right? So you pay for this lavish wedding, marriage don't last. Now you got an expensive divorce. Okay, so it's always follow the money.
And people go through divorce for years as well.
People what?
People go through divorces for years as well.
For years. It depends on how much they got together. It depends on if they're going to really try to reconcile, because sometimes that happens.
Right.
It just depends on if they don't even have the money for the divorce. Sometimes that happens.
I think that the society we live in, that's the safest way I'm going to say it. But I want to say something much worse. But I feel like we just ass backwards over here. Like, it's so easy to get married, but it's so hard to get a divorce. It's so easy to give up your money, but if something go wrong, it's so hard for you to get your money back. Like, it's just so many ass backwards things about America.
Yeah. And we know who screwed it up, but like you said, we're not going to get into that part of it.
We can talk about that across the street.
Yeah, talk about that across the street. We'll have a couple of drinks at the bar across the street. We'll get into that.
All right, let's see what happens next, y'all.
Many of years.
So that's what you feel the problem is. If you wouldn't have paid all the bills,
paying all the bills. So I can't afford to be a cheater, can I?
I mean, here's the thing: if she doing what she's supposed to be doing,
there you go.
Then you shouldn't even want to be
there you
a
go.
cheater.
There you go.
Because I asked my men that I've dated throughout the years, before we get to that point, give me an opportunity to change it, to make a difference before you go down. Now, if you got a guy that just has wandering eyes, I mean, that's cool. Have a wandering eye. You can look all you want to. But give me that chance to say, hey, baby, something missing in our relationship that is making you want to do that. Because, see, I can be Becky, I can be Tanya, I can be Shaquita, and I can be Diamond.
Right.
You shouldn't have to go no place else to be seeing nobody else.
So, in other words, the problem with men and women are this.
They want a variety.
First of all,
you want to switch it up. You want some spice. You don't let the spice go down.
Can we just say to the person that
you should have been there when you chose her and when she chose you.
A lot of people not. A lot of women these days.
I don't know nothing about that.
You have to be. I'm responsible for the men. You're responsible for the women. You got to get your women together. You got to get them together.
One at a time.
Tell a trick. Tell a trick.
You know what? We need to have a podcast then.
Oh, wow.
You speak on the men behalf. I speak on the women behalf. Because I'm sure going to teach them how to pay. Not pay all the bills. That's one thing I'm gonna do.
And they have to stop always trying to impress. Okay, what we do. Here's some things. Here's some things we don't like. This is a preview for the show. Some things that we don't like. You don't have to put that goddamn lace wig on every day.
Especially if it ain't right.
You don't have to put it on every day.
If it ain't right, just don't do it at all. And put them bands right there like we don't know what's behind and under the bands.
And everybody ain't got baby hairs, okay? So stop.
Or good hair.
If you want to take a picture with me, you put a filter on. Now I got on lipstick and eyelashes.
Ooh, and eyelashes. Like mops. You know, if you put on eyeshadow, put your lash on after the eyeshadow. Because the remnants of that, you don't want that. Come on. See that? You don't see that? See that? Tyra, she made my face up this morning. Ain't no remnants of no eyeshadow there. I like to do this right here.
And you cannot be friends with women that can't keep a man.
Ain't funny.
A woman with 5 baby daddy, promiscuous hoes, you can't be their friends. You can't hang out with them because they want you to do things. A woman will have you ride with her to see her friend, and it's a nigga that waiting on you, and she done gave your pussy away, and you won't even realize it.
Okay, so would that be like when y'all take y'all homies and your bros and
that's true.
Your niggas with y'all, and you go see somebody, and then there's a chick over there? Would that be like the same thing you're saying?
Now, and 9 times out of 10, that chick over there ugly as fuck, and he got to take one for the team. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back there. Bitch, I got my pots.
Yeah, I'll be right.
They funny.
Oh my God!
I don't think that it was as bad as everybody tried to make it.
No, man, because we privy right now to the whole conversation. You know what I mean?
No, this is the first time I've seen that all the way through like that. Hey, on the spot.
Yeah, because we got the sound bites. That's why we got the sound bite of Lisa Ray saying, giving up ass if the man paying all the bills. We got the sound bite. But now we got the privilege of the whole conversation. Much like the bus driver thing with Ebony K. Williams and Dr. Van Zandt. I mean, we got the sound bite of the bus driver, then we saw the whole conversation. So I still think what Lisa Ray said with that part of just, I'm giving them ass, because to me, the man and woman having sex, that's an even exchange. That's nobody's more favorable than the other. As I said, if anything, if you bust in multiples as a woman, you owe me. But that's another conversation. Okay. But I do agree.
See why Alex is Trick Daddy cousin. Because wow.
I do agree with Lisa, and I had a crush on Lisa Ray too. I had a crush on Lisa Ray. I had a crush on Nia Long. I had a crush on Alicia Keys.
You just like everybody. You really love Wayne for real. You just want to F every girl in the world.
No, you asked me about crushes. so, so I'm telling you about crushes. You know, but I do agree with Lisa Ray when she's saying if that woman's doing everything she supposed to do, you know, then you either shouldn't be out there cheating or you need to have a conversation. Even if that conversation consists of whatever works for that marriage. Listen, you know, I know you telling me, I'm telling you what's going on. Maybe we should bring somebody else to join us in this bed or whatever. Whatever works for that marriage. Okay, because
Nobody in the
sometimes
comments even said who should pay the bulk of the bill. So I felt like a lot of people got some red slips in the mail or something because who's paying the bills?
and I don't have an issue with the man paying the bills. I don't have an issue with that. That's traditional, you know, or at least the bulk of them. Let's say, for instance, right? I'm the man in the house. I'm paying the mortgage, all the car notes. I'm keeping the electricity on. I'm providing the maintenance for the land, the house, stuff like that. And let's say you paying our cell phone bills. I mean, hell, pay something. You know what I mean? Just pay the cell phone bills. If you, me, and all the kids on the same plan, hell, pay the cell phone bill. You know what I mean?
I feel like that shouldn't even be a discussion though, because I feel like in any couple, what y'all decide to do and what works for y'all is y'all business. I don't feel like people should be walking into a relationship taking other people's rules in there with their ass.
Yeah.
Like it's like they hear something that sounds good, then they want to take it to their relationship. No, you have to do what works for you in your relationship.
That's right.
What's going on, Jamil?
That's right. But and that's what I'm saying. Whatever works for your relationship, you guys do it. It's like if your man get caught cheating and you choose to forgive him, that's between y'all. Nobody else got no business in that. Girl, you should leave his ass. Girl, you know, talking all this nonsense. That's between you and
Most
him.
of the ones who tell you that they should leave gonna be in his bed next week.
Yeah, that part. That part.
Super slow, Jamil. Super slow.
You know, and so I, you know, haven't heard the whole conversation. First of all, I've always loved Lisa Ray. I love Trick Daddy. Okay. I came up on them. Obviously, that's my generation. Okay. But again, when she said, I'm giving him ass, that was her go-to, as if that's the end all be all. Now, she said a lot after that.
That's definitely what she said first, as if that was the most important.
That's the go-to. And here's the point I want to make with that. Far too many women feel like that. Not all, but far too many women feel like that. And I addressed this on our Ebony K. Williams and Iyanla Vanzant show we did a couple of weeks ago. Okay? Because if that's all you bringing to the table, we can get that from anywhere. There's a lot of women that we could just lay with. I mean, where's your other value?
Let me ask you a question. Because I saw some podcasts, because after we did ours on Monday, the whole rest of the week, everybody was doing this on their show.
Right.
And I saw a particular show. I can't remember who it was on. I want to say it was Lil Black Book, but it might not have been. But it was guys talking. And they basically said that Ebony was okay with saying it because she was the type of female that was groomed to be in that position. So do you feel like they're trying to say you have to be a certain type of woman or a caliber of woman to expect certain things from men? Or do you just have that God given because you're a woman and you should accept that just because? It seemed like to me, they was like, everybody can't even ask for these qualifications.
Yeah. And, you know, it depends on how you raise.
I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody wasn't raised in the same environment, you know, the same. Like I was raised poor. Every black person wasn't raised poor. It all depends on how you was raised. You know, white women are raised and conditioned and groomed as it were for your husband to take care of them. They're groomed like that.
Not all of them, which is why I got offended, because there are white people that live in a trailer. No, it's always been poor white people as well.
That's true, but you know, not like with us. You know what I mean? Not like with us. They still got access. they still got access to the resources and things that they can always resort back to.
No, not all of them. They've always had a line of poor white people, and it was always been a class system. Always.
Yeah, but on top of our classism, we had racism to deal with.
But if we want to be honest and true, that we were royalty as well. So I can't subscribe to that.
Well, obviously, just not in this country.
I mean, but same goes for them too.
Yeah, well, we know they stole the country. Like we keep saying, that's another discussion. That's another discussion. Okay. What I'm saying is,
Jamil said, I'm not going back and forth with no woman. I make sure I got everything she needs first.
And we got to find out what those needs are, because you have to, communication is everything.
Yes, ma'am. I believe men will do certain things for some women that they would not do for other women. She got everything first.
Who's she? Talking about Lisa Ray?
No, I guess he's talking about whoever he deal with, like the female he deal with.
Oh, the female he deal with. Okay.
And so the reason why I asked that though, because I agree with on the spot, it was going into like not only just classism but colorism as well. And I just didn't like it. I didn't like where the conversation was going. It was like kind of like well, look who's saying it. She deserves to say that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Oh, there's so many shows on colorism. All these things get compounded when it comes to black people.
Yeah.
Okay. They just get compounded. We know there's always been poor white people. Okay. There's no question about it. But the system is designed to keep us broke. Okay. That's a total difference. It's designed. Well, I
can't subscribe to that either. Because
come on, TheeEnicole, come on now.
No, what I'm saying is, of course it is, but what I'm saying is they lump them in there too. When you look at Margaret Sanger and the when they're talking about the invalids and all that type of stuff, they have the poor white people on that list too.
Yes, and here's how they operate. All right, and we know what Margaret Sanger was about. She created Planned Parenthood to extinguish black babies.
All people who are not of a certain race and class that they wanted. It's in black and white.
TheeEnicole, we were the targets. You believe what you want to believe.
We weren't the only target, though.
If you let me finish my statement, okay, we're the targets, okay? But if they say to themselves, I want to get rid of 1 million black people, but if I can get rid of 100,000 whites in the process, then they can't say it was racist. Much like you saying right now. That gives them an out because they consider those poor whites to be undesirables anyway.
I didn't never say that they weren't racist, though. I just simply said that they include poor white people in the undesirables.
And I'm telling you why. That gives them the excuse to say, oh, it wasn't racist. We got 100,000 whites in that, even though they got 1 million blacks.
But my point to saying that was that you said all white people were groomed to be able to demand the best. And I said that they were not. So you're proving my point.
When I say all, and I get in trouble with that all shit sometimes because people take it literal.
You just did
so
today.
I should say most. Yeah, I know. I should say most. I figured people would be intelligent enough to read between the lines.
No, they don't be. But that's why I had to say that because, they already try to separate us anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you have to interject that because they all are definitely not all groomed for that. So when they say that, when they were speaking and saying that they were all groomed like that, it's automatically putting us at the bottom yet again, which is not true and not fair.
And even when we had our high society groups as people of color, the Jack and Jill groups, right? There was colorism in that. If you was darker than a brown paper bag, you couldn't get in, even though you still black. But they didn't want you in there. They didn't want their light skin or light brown skin mixing with darker hue. And we're all black any goddamn way. So I didn't never care for that Jack and Jill bullshit.
Tell us how you feel, Alex.
It's bullshit. That's how I feel.
So,
you know what I mean? And
at
let
the
me be very clear about something.
Mhm.
Because I had a discussion earlier with somebody, and they were saying that, even though, I speak truths, and my delivery sometimes sucks, right?
Mhm.
And we have a problem in this society right now dealing with truths, right?
Yeah.
But the truth doesn't change. So if I said to you in a harsh way something that was true, and then I said to you in a nice way something that was true, does the truth change?
No, but maybe some people just like you to be like, could you please just shut the fuck up? Maybe you got to give it to them like that.
Because sometimes when you overly nice, or they don't get it. It don't sit. You got to shock people sometimes. A lie will change numerous times. The truth don't change. So to me, it doesn't matter if it's harsh or nice or however you want to deliver it. The truth is the truth. And the problem
I always
is,
feel like if they take offense to it, only a hit dog holler. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So you're right. Like whether it's harsh or nicely said, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't matter if you was yelling at me something that didn't apply to me. I would just be like, yeah, okay, you're not talking to me.
Right.
Yeah, people who complain are often the people who are guilty of whatever you're speaking about, which I feel like is what happened, which is why this interview resurfaced. Because when Ebony was talking to Ayala, she was simply saying what she thought, but I felt like, I don't know. Before I say that, do you think more women had a problem with what she said or more men had a problem with what she said?
Well, definitely men had a more problem with what she said, but women had issues with it as well. And let me say this about what Ebony said about the bus driver or the average worker or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When the C-19 hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was those average workers that kept this place going. The drivers, okay, the home health aides, the nurses, all
trash men.
What was that?
The trash men. You still had to take your trash out.
Trash men, the people that start delivering your groceries because we didn't want to come out. And then all those people kept the world going, providing a service to us that were in need out there risking their life. And that's what that's what I took offense at with what she said, because the average working Joe makes the world go round. We're the ones keep this shit going. Not these rich motherfuckers. These rich motherfuckers, they live in bubbles. They live sheltered lives. They're not working. They're not providing any kind of a service. They're sitting back resting on their laurels. It's the working folk that keep it
going. They doing what?
Resting on their laurels. That means sitting on their ass because their great-grandfather left them shit, or their grandfather or father left them shit, and they ain't got to do a damn thing.
Right.
Okay. And those of them that did work hard because they got access to resources and bank loans and real estate because of redlining and all that shit, they got rich off of that. They sitting on their ass now because of all that crookedness.
Yeah.
Okay. So when the average working Joe is put down, I take offense to that. And I take offense to when a woman says, you got to give me the world as long as I give you some ass. I take offense at that, because first of all, you're devaluing women with that statement. You're devaluing women to a point where all your worth is a piece of ass. Now, what woman would not be offended by that?
Yeah, I think that's definitely crazy, because that's not supposed to be the reason why somebody's with you. Sex is definitely supposed to be the cherry on top. It is not supposed to be the reason. Not even the reason why he's attracted to you, because he haven't even had it yet. You know what I mean? It should be something in your character, your personality. Of course, you want to be physically attracted to someone, but unless you're a prostitute, you should be able to offer way more than sex.
Yeah.
Hey, Marva, what's going on?
Yeah. And Nicole, well, what I was going to get to earlier regarding harsh deliveries and harsh truth, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When you live long enough in this world, you see patterns. You see patterns return. You see evilness conducted in different ways. They disguise evilness in different ways. Crookedness, deceit, lie, all kind of stuff. And you get to a certain age, like where I am, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Matter of fact, I give less than a fuck. How you think my delivery is, or nothing else? Because I've seen too much in this world. I've seen people do too much dirty shit to other people over and over again. This is not a nice place, Nicole, for the most part.
I'll piggyback off of it, but I'll give a different angle to it, right? Because I'm not old as you, but as old, respectfully, I'm not as old as you.
Thank you.
But like me being a different type of thinker that I am and a different type of female that I am, my delivery can be hard sometimes because I be passionate and I be so befuddled at how lost people are. Like, I can't understand it. Like, I get really passionate when I'm talking about certain things because there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? So I get the fact of you being older and seeing it longer and you really not caring how your delivery comes off because it's just like absurd at this point. You know what I mean? So I get it. But like I said, I still feel like nobody's going to get offended if it doesn't apply to them. If you're offended, then you must have some type of conviction because you know that they're speaking the truth.
Right. I mean,
I asked the question, who do you think was more mad, the men or the women? And is it because is the men not being able to meet the qualifications of these females? Or are these females asking for things that they don't deserve because of who they are? I don't mean as the group of women. I'm talking about the individual woman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. What are you asking for? Can you match what you're asking for in any way, shape, form, or fashion?
That type of thing. You want him to take you to Roof Chris and to rooftops, and you can't get him a 99-cent fry.
I mean, there's nothing more attractive to me, and I was talking to my brother earlier today about this. There's nothing more attractive to me because I pay for dates, first date, second date, third date, don't matter. I'll pay for it, right? But there's nothing more attractive to me when a woman knows, she's like, man, this is our fifth date. You know what? I got this. You don't do nothing. I got this. That is the most attractive thing in the world because she knows you're putting into her. She knows if you're on a fifth date, you guys have talked a lot. She know your financial situation. She know your upbringing. She know what you do for a living. And she's saying to herself, listen, I got this because I know you got some shit you need to be paying. Don't worry about, spoiling me right now. It's about you tonight.
I'm just a different type of female because that never been my thing. Like, I'm still cannot get rid of this one guy, right? He asked me to meet up. This was a while ago when I was drinking Hennessy at the time. So that's how long ago it was. So I had got 2 pints of Hennessy, one for me, one for him. He thought that was the most sweetest thing in the world. I still can't get rid of him. And it was just regular to me. I'm like, well, I'm about to sip on something. I mean, like the whole giving that these females think in their mind they not supposed to do that a man's supposed to do, it's weird to me. If you expect all of these things from a guy, why are you not giving up nothing? Like, but then your first thing to give up is ass. Like that's never going to be the first thing that I give. You know what I mean? Like, I can give you a drink, a meal, an outing to somewhere you never been. Like, why would ass be the first thing that you give a man that you feel like has value?
And the thing is that I think a lot of women miss, and I gotta get off that all thing because people don't follow. All right, that's why I gotta say a lot or something. Yeah. Here's what a lot of women miss: that men want to be desired too. Okay, we want to be made special sometimes too. Okay, we don't always want to be the ones, giving and giving and giving it and promoting the romance or whatever the case may be, because we know y'all like that. At one point do y'all turn around and go, you know what? I'm gonna run his bath water. I'm gonna run him a bubble bath. I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
At what point does that happen?
It's weird to me. Like I've asked a couple females a couple times, like, so you just don't do nothing for your dude, and you think he's supposed to just be faithful and content with that?
And then worrying about what's in his DMs.
Right.
How you gonna worry about what's in his DMs and you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing? Because you know who's real harsh on women in marriages? Other women. Because they will come and get your dude if they even think you're not doing right. They coming for him. They coming for him.
I have what's that lady? Shirley and Betty talking to Shirley. Ain't that's what they names?
For where?
Never mind, Alex. It's a girl.
Oh, talking about in the song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. Yep. That's Betty Wright. That's talking to Shirley. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this goes back to what we always preach over here. Well, me personally, but you agree. Men and women both need to step their shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're about to get into a relationship. Like, y'all don't even have it together on your own as individuals. What do y'all think y'all gonna do in a relationship?
And I want to get to the point where, particularly, black men and black women are not having this feud, are not having this kind of intense arguing back and forth, that we can come on one accord, we can disagree, we can agree to disagree, whatever the case is. But this kind of division and this bickering, I keep telling people, it's engineered from up top, and we fall and prey to it.
Right. And learn how to build. Learn how to build. You can get with somebody that you're attracted to. They might not have it all together, but y'all can come together and make something work, working together.
Mm-hmm. But you know what?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's everything right there. But you know what? Until we get it right, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. I'm going to say it how I want to say it, and I don't give a shit who don't like it. Because the truth don't change. I don't care if it's harsh. I don't care if I'm saying it in a high tone, a low tone, or whatever. If it's the truth, if you've been telling somebody something, let's say you've been telling somebody something for 3 years, the same thing over and over again, and they keep coming back to you and they keep fucking up and fucking up and fucking up. How long you going to be nice with your advice with this person?
Right.
You know what I mean? At some point, you want to go off on them. You say, I've been telling your dumb ass for 3 years to cut the bullshit. You want to get mad, right? And then they're going, oh, why are you so harsh? Really? Really? You've been coming to me for 3 years with this same bullshit, and you mad now because I'm being harsh. No. We live in a world that's harsh. We live in a world where you got to have thick-ass skin like an alligator. An elephant. If you ain't got that kind of skin, you ain't gonna make it in this motherfucker. You're gonna be hurt every single day, crying and because you don't have thick skin. Because nobody gives a shit about you. At the end of the day, people want what they want. They feel how they feel, and fuck you.
Today has been brought to you by the letter A and Alex, who is the host of Magnetic Repellant. And you just witnessed why he named his channel Magnetic Repellant.
I'm sorry, TheeEnicole. I just,
Sheesh.
It's my passion,
Yeah.
I'm passionate about these things, man. I just, I work very hard to turn my whole life around. I'm supposed to be dead or in prison or a bum on the street. I'm supposed to be a whole lot of stuff I'm not today. You know what I mean? Because I fought hard to change my life, to change my personality, to change the way I treated people, to do a lot of changing. And I lived long enough to make those changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to have nobody sitting around telling me what they think I should be doing or shouldn't be doing. What I've done has worked. So kiss my ass. Okay? And you should take a lesson, not you personally, but a lot of people should take a lesson in the things that I've done to turn their life around and others like me.
Yeah.
And stop shooting judgment at the way he said this or the way he said that. Forget about what I said. What's the message? Forget about how I said it. What's the message?
I definitely think a lot of people priorities are very messed up, and society has shaped a lot of crybabies. Everybody's offended at everything these days. You can't say anything without offending somebody or hurting somebody's feelings, or or you're ghetto, or you're ratchet, or you're I can't believe you use that language. And it's like, you want me to sugarcoat it so you can be okay with living in your fuckery, basically.
Basically. I always say the best way to love somebody is to tell them the truth about themselves. And because we don't see ourselves as others see us, we walk in these bodies, but people on the outside looking in and they close to you all the time, they know exactly who you are. Mm-hmm. So they're on the outside looking in. Mm-hmm. So it's their job to tell you how fucked up you are.
And if you don't like it, tell yourself the truth.
How many people going to do that, TheeEnicole? Now, come on now.
I tell myself the truth. It be hard sometimes. Sometimes it be hard to hear. But I know that that's the only way that I'm going to grow. Which is why I say that men and women need to step their shit up. Because the only way you can grow is to do the work. And the work ain't easy. And it's not... It doesn't feel good. But if you're going to get to another level, or you're going to be a better person for yourself, for your kids, for your mate, whoever you're doing it for, it's going to take work.
If you're the type of person with that narcissistic tendency where it's always everybody else and you good and you perfect, you're the person that jumped from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship because you haven't found out your fuckery. You haven't figured out your fuckery. It's everybody else but you.
But see, those are the people that's lying to themselves.
You know why? Because like you said, the truth is too hard.
Yeah. They want somebody to baby them, coddle them. Nobody cussed them out.
True friends, true family, those that really, really love you, going to tell you the truth about yourself.
I've lost a lot of friends because of that. Like, if we all sat down, we decided we was going to have a certain type of goal, or we wanted to get somewhere or accomplish something, and one of your friends was slipping and doing some bullshit, and I brought it to their attention. Oh, you think you better than me? Or, nah, I thought we all said we was going to do such and such and so. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand it, because not only have I been the person I just explained, I've been the other person too. I've been the person who you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm going to do what I want to do. And if you think it's fucked up, oh well. Till I got older and got more mature and faced the truth. Like, I'm not saying that nobody's perfect. I'm not saying you're going to be born knowing what you're supposed to do, but damn, grow up someday.
And here's my last point, and I have to agree with you. But here's my last point before we start to get out of here. If people have been having your back, doing things for you, protecting you, being a shoulder to cry on, hugging you when you needed a hug, they just been there for you through thick and thin. If they're telling you something about yourself that you need to fix, why would you think they're lying to you or intentionally trying to hurt you? Why would that even be a consideration? If this person has been there for you and done all these things for you and had your back, and now they're telling you something that you don't want to hear, even though it's true, why would you think that they are intentionally trying to hurt you and not help you? What's that mindset about?
It's a mindset of guilt. You know that they're telling you the truth, but you're not ready to change yet, so you have a problem with it. So then you blame it on them and you make yourself the victim.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. So grow the hell up. And in the meantime, while you're growing up, when you're getting into these relationships, stop being so worried about if this person is the boss of this, this, and this, and this, and this. If you are attracted to somebody, there's far more other things that matter in life. Because when you're dead, you can't take that money with you. You can have all the money in the world, the biggest house, the newest cars, but all y'all coffins gonna be the same size if you don't get burnt to ashes.
You never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse.
Period. So thank you guys for watching Old School versus New School. We will see you next week, same time, same place. As always, please make sure that you guys go and follow and subscribe to my passionate co-host, Alex at Magnetic Repellent. His link is in the description, and we will see you guys next week.
Later.